Oh.
All right. Yay! Oh my goodness, guys! Welcome back to the Crazy Crafter Technical Difficulty Livestream Edition.
It's Sunday, baby.
It's Sunday,
It's Sunday.
baby. It's time to do the thing. Welcome back, everyone, to the Crazy Crafter. Thank you so much for bearing with us as we jumped on down the technical rabbit hole. Router reset. I reset the computer. Everything seems to be go. The lanterns are good. The lanterns are good behind me, boys. So, I mean...
You're class act.
I'm class act. Like, at least I have got some dope dollar store LED lanterns. I've got $2 worth of lanterns that work. It's the one reliable piece of equipment in the live stream that works.
They look like $1 million.
Yeah.
$2 million.
Well, welcome back to the live stream. Thank you, all of you out there, for joining us today. As always, joined by my good friends Michael Patterson from Nat One Videos and Daniel West. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for hanging out today. And the triumphant return, his second time around on the stream, but certainly not his last, Karl from KARL MAKES STUFF, ladies and gentlemen. Everyone's going
It's nice to be back.
It's good to have you back,
Great to be back.
I think... man, I was so nervous when I had you on the stream because I was like, oh man, like Karl's a legit legit content creator with all this really good stuff. I was like, I hope I don't mess all this thing up. And we had such a good time. It was such a chill experience, and we had a really good time. This was even before we had you before we had kind of the Sunday tutorial setup where we were we were huge fans of your work, and we were talking about your work, how long you've been in the hobby. So I'm really excited to get you back for a tutorial to show us.
Yeah, having you on was definitely like, oh no, he's actually good at stuff.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. I mean, I'm
We're being
seriously enjoying
exposed as charlatans.
I'm seriously enjoying the Sunday streams and the weekly streams. The last one we did, Dwarven Market, was quite a lot of fun.
Oh, thanks.
And got to say though that being on the Sunday stream right after Tina and Delston, like, okay, no pressure. Those are hard acts to follow.
They're all. I mean, the only act you have to follow now is my technical glitches. So you're all right. It's all downhill from here. Knocking on the wood. So, super thrilled to have you back on the stream, Karl. And one of the things that I know I've always admired about your work, and we saw this, we've seen this in the Discord photos you've been sharing through the content on your channel, is I really have admired your sculpting ability. And through doing the Fights on Foam diorama and creating the small swords for the Duelist diorama, getting to sculpt and I've been doing a little bit more sculpting as of late, and I knew for a while back, so when we reached out, I was like, Karl, you gotta come on, you gotta show us some of those skills as a sculptor and what you can do with Milliput and Greenstuff, because it's really good. From repairing a fractured mini arm, right? That is broken, essentially, right? You can repair your minis, but you can also sculpt with it. So,
No, to be honest, where you started from is probably the kind of the deep end. If someone had to say, okay, how do I start sculpting minis?
Yeah,
that's the only way we do it here.
Yeah.
Small swords are probably the last thing I tell them to do. It's like an Olympic pool with sharks in it. So yeah.
That's exactly what it's like. But I like the versatility of being able to customize a mini if you've got because there's so many really cool minis out there, but then you get them and you're just like, if it just had a mohawk, or like if it just had a couple extra spikes on this gauntlet, right? Or in your case, like the thumbnail for the stream today. I love that thumbnail. When you sent me, Karl sent me, guys, when he initially started, he sent me this picture, and he's like, tell me what's Milliput and what's not. And I'm like, okay. And I couldn't tell. If
I'm not mistaken, it's this guy, yeah?
Yes, it's that guy. So holding him up there to the camera is great. Tell us a little bit what you sculpted on there, Karl.
Okay, so this started off as one of the standard Games Workshop Imperial Knight plastic kits. Okay, there's one of them that has this long coat thing. So basically, what I sculpted on were these fair trims at the end.
Nice.
The entire cloak at the back. Okay, this was kind of a mistake because I wanted to sculpt a wolf head kind of thing, but it ended up looking more like a mouse. But that's okay. I mean, there are giant rats in World 2, and that's fine. Okay, these little rooms hanging off his side are also sculpted.
Nice.
Oh yeah, and his beard, because the original model has kind of a shortish beard.
See, and that's what's so cool about sculpting and adding on. You transform that mini into something that you wanted to use for the tabletop that can custom fit your player character, your faction, whatever it may be, and it's just another level of customizability that is a really fun feature, and it's a cool sculpting is great. I love sculpting, and I think sculpting at this scale is quite the challenge and quite the crazy feat to attempt here in a 2-hour live stream to try to see what we can sculpt and what we can add on to our minis, and also have Karl kind of walk us along with some really helpful tips. If you've never sculpted before, this is going to be a great tutorial for you, and showing you some some pitfalls, some things that'll make it easier for you to customize to your heart's content. Now, Danny and Michael, have you guys sculpted? Have you ever augmented minis in the way that we're going to augment them before?
No,
yeah, I haven't either. I've
done some large sculpting stuff for the theater. And like done some like sculpting for prosthetic makeup and things like that. Yeah. But like this level of detail is insane. So
yeah.
Okay, to be honest, that's probably much less forgiving than what we're going to be doing here.
I don't know. My audience never has to be closer than 25 feet away from the things that I work on. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
25 feet gives you a lot of leeway most of the time.
Yes. Well, real quick before we dive into the sculpt here and kind of guiding us through the process, just want to say a quick shout out to everyone who's out there. We've got Pulp's out there, Tina's out there. Zane from Zane Morgan Crafts is out there. Earthman Brick is out there. Welcome, Earthman Brick. Derek is out there with us, hanging out today. Night Terrain is out there. Man, we've got
Saunder's out there.
Saunder's out there. Hello, Saunder. Welcome to the stream, brother. Always good to see you and have you. And then Dungeon Matron's out there. Hello, Dungeon Matron. Welcome back to the stream. Cross is out there too. Welcome, Cross. Thank you all for joining us today. We're excited to hang out with you, and I know you all are excited to be here and hang out with Karl and the rest of us and learn a little bit about some sculpting. So, Karl, why don't where do you like to? I guess my first question is, you're working with Milliput, and normally you've worked with Milliput. Have you worked with Greenstuff before too?
I have mostly. I find them interchangeable.
Okay.
And you do have some projects where you might actually end up using both of them together.
Okay.
You can even mix them together if you like.
Nice. So there is
Actually,
no
in the same mix.
in the same mix. So they're not a it's not a wild difference if you use one versus the other.
You might find some things easier with Milliput. For example, if you're sculpting stuff which has sharp edges or which you need to file or sand afterwards, after the act, it's a lot easier to do with Milliput.
Okay.
If you want nice curved surfaces, that's a bit easier to use Greenstuff for.
Oh.
But again, you can mix the two, and you get like a hybrid mix that has some of this, some of the other.
What do you like to do? You like to mix the hybrid together, or do you like to stick with one mix versus the other? Do you like? Which do you
prefer to go. Actually, what I've been doing recently is actually mixing some Play-Doh into the Milliput. Okay.
Okay.
And that makes it really soft and easy to shape. The downside to that is that it kicks the drying time up, like it takes about 6 hours to harden.
Oh wow!
What is the? That was a question I was going to ask as well. Was what is the drying time of Greenstuff?
Okay, I have no idea, but I usually prefer to leave that up to 8 hours at the very least.
Yeah.
Okay.
With
I
Milliput,
usually leave mine a day.
Yeah, something like that. With Milliput, it's usually hard enough to sculpt on top of in about 2 hours, unless you've added the Play-Doh. But again, I wouldn't paint on it before I let 24 hours pass.
Yeah,
Cool.
Yep, that's what I've done.
So, can I ask a few questions?
Sure, shoot.
Well, just wondering what you guys are planning to make individually.
Oh. Karl, what are you gonna tackle?
Okay, so I've got these guys on a stick, planning to do some fair trim on this guy's coat, and maybe a bandit mask.
Ooh.
And I was hoping to add a torch to this guy.
Oh, cool. Okay. All right, Danny. What about you? What are you making?
Everything. I don't know. I've got a big pile of options. I've got an imp that needs a bag over his shoulder. I've got several gnolls that need extra furry cloaky bits. I've got a mini whose shield I hate that I want to turn into like a sentinel shield.
Nice.
So we'll see where the world takes us. But I'm currently mixing up a little ball of Milliput, and
Okay.
we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I think Michael, you and I are working with some green stuff, yeah, and then I think Karl and Danny are doing some Milliput stuff. Well, Karl's doing some Play-Doh Milliput. He's doing a little bit of combination of everything. He's got the Emerald Lagasse boom version of his mixture today.
So this is how I mix it usually. It's one part of the light stuff, which is the epoxy itself.
Yep.
Dark green stuff, which is the hardener, and just done slightly less than one part of Play-Doh.
Now, you were telling me something about a very key ingredient to have on standby that I hadn't incorporated into my sculpting before, which is lotion or Vaseline. Now, why I see you busting it out. Why lotion and Vaseline, Karl? How does that? Oh my gosh. I'm just now applying it to the green stuff for the first time, and it's like about to slip out of my fingers.
No, don't apply it to the green stuff. You applied it to the tool.
Oh well, I've
Okay.
already met. Yay! Hashtag me. I've already screwed everything up. It's still usable, right?
Yeah, definitely.
It's
Just
very slick now.
knead it over again. Just roll it over again and knead it in. Okay, basically the reason is that both green stuff and Milliput are very tacky. So as soon as you touch them with your tool, you're going to you indent them and then you pull it back out, and it's going to change the shape. So you put some Vaseline on the tools, and that keeps them from sticking.
Do you hear
Now,
that, everyone? On the tools, not the green stuff. Just I'm here for your education, everyone.
Okay, you could also do other stuff, like for example, apply some water
Yep, that's
instead
what
of
I've used in the
the
past.
Vaseline. Okay, what I used to do in the past was actually just lick the tools,
Oh,
but then I found out that green stuff is corrosive. I mean, it never actually did anything to me, but best not tempt it.
yeah, let's not tempt the fates.
So, Carl, I've got a little question for you. So, I basically before the stream we were having a little chat about what we were going to make, etc. And Daniel, I didn't have a clue. Daniel was going to do a shield, so I pitched that idea. I'm going to do a shield as well.
Ooh.
I want to use this ball to kind of have so that the shield has a curve to it. But you were saying not to put the green stuff straight on this.
Yeah, because it's just going to stick to it otherwise.
So
you can pop it off, but then you risk breaking it.
So Vaseline, right? Or
what's that made of?
it's a ping pong ball, plastic
Ping pong ball, plastic. Okay, so yeah, Vaseline should work fine. Okay, now to make it easier for yourself, instead of just squashing a blob of green stuff on it, you might try to make a long strip and roll it around on it.
The thing that I always do whenever I'm working with my green stuff too, guys, is I always overestimate how much I need.
I prefer to do that rather than end up with
Not enough.
not enough. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the cool thing is like if I the spare stuff, I typically will go into making like if I need hinges or like parts of doorknobs, stuff like that. Like you can use it to I typically find myself using the extra, not letting it go to waste. It's really good at sculpting like little food items like bread,
Yeah, true.
other like bowls, little tankards. So that's how I find myself doing.
Okay, so,
utilizing
Colin?
that. Yeah.
I don't know if you can see my screen right now, but basically what you do is you put a little Vaseline or hand cream on the tool,
Yeah.
and then wipe it off on the back of your thumb.
I see.
Okay, and that's all you need.
Okay. Well, this is the tool that I have been using so far. I will make sure I put some Vaseline. I knew I was saving this bottle of Aquaphor from my son's infant days for a reason, and now I found use for it. So it's perfect. Now I'm gonna try to make. I've got all sorts of plans. I want to make a cape. I want to make a mohawk. I want to make little spikes. The spikes are probably the simplest, right? Those aren't going to be terribly hard.
Okay, so I'm not sure if it's terribly clear like this.
We can see it.
Because I'm going to. Okay, what I'm going to do here is I just put a strip of Milliput on the edge, and I'm just going to blend it in now.
Okay.
And then I'm going to put the texture in it. So if you hold on with the mohawk, I've prepared a head here, which we can practice that on.
Perfect. I was planning I will follow you, Carl. Like right now, I kind of just made this little cape, and I'm trying to see if I can make this little cape work on the backside of this little goblin here. Man, I made this green stuff I think a little too big, but I think it will work.
You can always take pieces off.
Right. So here I am. I made my little shape. It's actually kind of surprisingly holding the shape pretty well already. Like, that's pretty impressive. Now, what's your favorite thing? If I'm going to take this, Carl, I'm going to hold it. I'm going to take my cape. Like, what tool do you like to use to help, like, blend it back into the mini where you're securing the green stuff to the base? Is there any particular tool that you find like, oh, use this? This is what you should use.
Okay, basically, mostly anything flat.
Flat? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
But I like to use this tool because it's kind of got a flat face and a fat edge.
Okay.
You could use a knife as well, but the thing is that I use this for a lot of things.
Okay.
So I don't need to switch tools.
Oh, nice.
Okay, and the thing with a knife, if you use something which actually has a sharp edge, quite a lot of things will end up looking rather strange. Like, for example, if you use it to make hair, for example, that will look really terrible. But if you have something with a fat edge, it will create the much better looking indentations.
Okay. Nice.
Okay,
Gonna
but
be concentrating.
I mean,
again, sorry.
Gonna be one of those concentrating streams.
I mean,
Yeah.
it
So
turned.
I got a blob of goop on my knoll. There is a blob of goop. I'm smooshing goop into my knoll.
Okay, so Danny, what you want to do is basically just spread it in. It's like you're spreading butter over the edges.
Perfect.
Okay, until you get something which is more or less flush. What you want to avoid is having any large visible gaps.
Yeah.
So in your case, you're making fairy capes for your nose, yeah?
Yeah, just sort of like I guess a cowl is more like the term that I'm looking for. You know what I mean? It's just sort of like something right around the neck. I'm making gestures and I realize that I switched my camera. Yeah, just sort of like right around the neck of the thing is what I'm looking
Like
for.
a collar kind of thing, okay.
I see Night Train saying, "Great blob, Danny. I appreciate you.
That's a great,
You see me for who I am, and I appreciate that."
It's a great time to put it out there for the chat for everyone. Like, is there anything that you guys have tried your hand at sculpt? Like, what have you guys sculpted with green stuff before? You have to let us know.
Always curious.
We'd love to know. And is there any techniques and stuff that you found really useful, or pitfalls you were like, man, I wish I'd have known this before I did this? I'm trying to get a little life to the back of the cape here.
Okay, so Danny, basically, and same goes for you, Colin.
Yeah.
First thing you're going to look for is build up the volume.
Oh, I got volume for days.
Okay, so once you've got that shape, then you can go on to start adding some texture to it.
And what's the trick?
Yeah, what's the trick with the
If I'm
texture?
doing fur, because the fur on that mini you showed off is amazing.
Pretty cool, huh?
Okay, I'm going to show you two ways. First, I'm going to show you the way to make something that looks like soft fur, which is what was on that mini.
I just made my first big mistake. Sorry. Go ahead.
What happened, man?
Sorry. You carry on.
Okay, so basically a sewing needle or anything pointed.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and what you want to do is just poke it several times in an irregular pattern.
Oh, nice.
And that's what gives you the effect of soft fur.
Okay, so we just stab in this thing.
You're just stabbing that thing repeatedly.
Stab the thing.
Stab.
That's the kind of thing that I can
trick.
do.
Okay, but for your nose, I think rougher fur might actually work better.
All right, I'm unstabbing.
Okay, so Jesus.
I swear I had a sewing needle here. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, baby.
I'm not sure if this actually shows. I'm going to switch camera.
The mistake that I made there was because I wanted to have the shield all flat, and then I kind of sculpted it, and then it stuck to my cutting board.
Ouch.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Then whenever I tried to peel it off, it was no longer a shield.
Sure.
I've done that.
Okay, one more thing that you should watch out for, especially if you're rolling out Milliput on your board or whatever, is watch out for any inclusions it might pick up. Like, for example, if you've got hairy arms and you shed a little.
Oh, yeah. Little spare
Any
pieces
hair
of
that- any hair
drywall,
that picks up.
anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything it picks up will end up in the most inconvenient position possible.
Yeah, guaranteed. So, I have a question, Karl, as I'm working here. I'm trying to create some volume and shape to my guy here. So I'll hold him up. I'm taking him away from the camera from you guys on the stream. But the thing that I'm trying to get is holding the shape in like securing the cowl. Now, I feel like I don't have to worry about that right away because I can texture right now and then go back and as it hardens, then I can really shape it to where I want. Is that accurate? That's kind of where my thought's at, Karl.
Okay, what might happen in that case is that you're going to distort the texture.
Okay.
So that's why I prefer to bulk first and then add the texture later, because then it's set and it's not going to move.
Okay.
Okay. So what you might want to do is basically, let's see if this will make sense. What you want to do is fill it up so that there's no space between the goblin's back and his cloak.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Something like this. Because otherwise what's going to happen is even as you're pressing the texture on,
it's
you're going to deform the...
I'm gonna flatten it out. Yep. Okay. I'm having fun, so the thing that I'm doing now is I'm taking the little flat edge here and I'm going around the rim of the cape and I'm putting slight divots for texture in it, so it's like it's giving it some actual texture is what it's doing. I'm digging like the little imperfections that you would get on cloth. You know what I mean? That isn't completely smooth.
Okay,
that's
so
already cool.
If you want to go to rough surfer, Danny.
Yes.
Basically, what you do is I actually show you on a piece of plastic because it's a lot easier to see.
So I think I ended up with fur. I think always so hard. We do the Insta camera or the Insta hand or whatever, but very hard to see. But I ended up with like the fur cowl idea that I was kind of going for.
So nice. That's one way of doing it. But another way of doing it is basically grab the same needle.
Yeah.
Okay. Start from the bottom of your piece and start to stroke pieces out.
Okay.
Okay.
I got another one. I'm gonna do it.
And the reason we're going from top to bottom is so that you get layers of fur on top.
So we're working top to bottom.
Yep.
And sort of poking it, and you're poking. You're sort of moving it down.
It's like you're brushing
dragging it up.
Down. It's always towards the bottom.
Okay.
When you're sculpting anything, always think of where the finished piece will end up.
Yeah, that's the hard part for me is like trying to, like you said, if you have gaps or space between the mini and the putty, it's harder to manipulate. So I'm learning that now.
It's not just that, because remember, everything has a weight.
Right.
I mean, if we're being honest, where my sculpts are going to end up most of the time is the trash can, because I am rubbish at this so far. But we are learning. I'm enjoying myself.
Okay, I've got a question for you, Karl.
Shoot.
So, I want to make like a raised relief kind of thing on the shield. Can I just like stick it on? It's a bit Vaseline-y. Like I've got a bit of Vaseline. Will that Vaseline stop it sticking together?
Well, what you could do is just let it dry a bit, and then just brush on some 99% alcohol. It's going to come right off.
Nail polish remover?
No, I wouldn't even go there. Just anything, even water will probably do it at that point. Just let it dry a bit.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So I'm not sure if this is. Oops. Trying to manage different cameras is complicated. I don't know how you do it, Colin.
I mean, he has to deal with all of us too. It's wild.
You wily bunch. Oh, that looks good.
Okay. So basically, You start from the bottom. You brush down with the needle. Okay. And always consider where it's going. So, for example, if you're sculpting this on top of an animal,
Yeah.
remember that you can't keep going up one side and down the other. You have to go up on both sides. Okay.
Makes sense.
Go ahead. Keep going, Karl. I'm sorry.
No, I wasn't saying anything.
I was just gonna say I was catching up with the stream here a little bit on the chat. Folks saying pulp is only used it as a gap filler before. Trying hands at mutating Beastman now. Awesome.
Nice.
Tina says I use air drying clay to make little fruits and such. Nice. Air drying clay is another great sculpting tool. I know people use the stuff that you can bake as well for for that.
Mm-hmm. I never tried that. I would like to try that eventually, but
Same.
definitely this is not a good application for it, because I don't want to put it on the miniature and then put the miniature in the oven, because that will not end well.
Right.
that we know how that story goes.
It is a thermoplastic. Yeah.
Yep.
Derek is saying he hates how it sticks to everything, but the Vaseline trick is clutch, bro. Just don't put it on your green stuff. Who would do that? Don't put it on your green stuff.
That'd be a rookie mistake.
Lubrication is important.
It does make a difference. I will say that, Derek. The Vaseline trick, and I put a little bit on the backside of my hand here. It's here, and I just dab it to clean the sculpting tool, and then to also kind of use it to shape and manipulate. It's working. So that's already a game changer for me, Karl. That's a huge help for me.
Okay.
Zane Morgan is saying he doesn't. If we watch his
Mike,
channel,
in
he
case
won't
you
like his
want to do
stuff on
any
his hands.
male stuff.
Wait, what happened?
We talked over each other. I was just commenting. Zane says he doesn't like stuff on his hands, so no green stuff right now for Zane. Come on, Zane, get those hands covered in green stuff.
Get your hands dirty. That's what they're for. Come on. Okay, Mike, I was saying if you want to do any chainmail stuff later.
Yeah.
Okay. Basically, the process is very similar to making fair.
Yep.
Except what you're doing is you're going in regular patterns.
Right.
So just poking dots? Is that what we're doing?
For mail, yes. So you make a straight line, straightish anyway, whatever. And then you try to go
Keep dropping mine. This is
at an offset.
This is super fiddly stuff as well.
Yep.
Although I'm kind of jumping a few steps ahead and trying to actually make something with a bit of detail here.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
Bold, Mike.
Bold boy. A bold boy. He was a bold boy on the Sunday stream this week.
Fortune favors the brave.
That's right.
Okay, so basically you make one row and then you make another row of holes with slightly offset. And that's the classic Games Workshop way of making mail, which is where'd it go?
All right.
Which is very similar to this one.
Fur outlining is is a go. Fur outlining is a go on this cape. We're trying it.
Yeah, I'm actually really glad I have a second camera for this stream, because the entire stream for me, it would just be me going
You just remind
the tongue out
which is what it was for me right now. I'm just I need to switch back so I can get this on
I've
here.
Definitely got. I need the jeweler's loop, because I'm going full
You get used to it eventually. It's not that bad. So that's one way of doing that, and it's pretty similar to mail you see on older miniatures. Okay, now on newer miniatures, what you've got a bit more of a ring shape, and what you can do to get that is use the other end of the needle, the one with the eye,
Oh, I see. Yeah.
And you poke at an angle instead of going straight down.
And what was that for? What was the angle?
So, as I was saying, I mean, newer. When I say newer, I mean like Games Workshop miniatures produced after the turn of the millennium.
I see.
Which is recent for me. I mean, like you young people don't know what you have it so good. Do you remember when miniatures were only metal? Pepperidge Farms remembers.
Hey man, I like metal minis. Metal minis are my favorite.
Okay, so anyway.
You're so funny. Back in my day, they were only metal and we had to smelt them back in the forge.
Get off my lawn!
Get off my lawn! Get off my game board!
Okay, so I was saying if you want to get chainmail, which is closer to what more recent minis have, you take the eye end of the needle, and then you stab holes, but holding the needle at an angle.
Oh.
Okay, now then you turn it around, because you want each alternating row to have a different direction.
I put some music. I mixed up the playlist today because I knew we were going to be silently focused. So I've got some. Hopefully that music. Let me know if that music is loud enough, too loud. I tried to put it at a level that I think would be perfect for when we're focusing and also when we're all chatting with each other. So
wow, I this is the most fiddly thing. This is so fun.
I love it. I love it. It's my favorite. I freaking love sculpting stuff now.
I'm trying to get like a thing around this guy's neck so it actually looks like there's a reason that this thing isn't just falling off of him.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Making that little tiny snake of stuff and then getting it in the right spot is
okay.
it is
so
fun.
Danny,
yeah.
What you can do there is, instead of going for a tiny piece and trying to get it in exactly the right place,
Yeah.
make a thicker piece, not necessarily terribly thick, but larger than you need it to be.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's what I'm trying to do here, for example.
Are you gonna subtract it? Are you gonna like put it on there, smush it, and then scrape it away? Is that the idea?
Exactly.
Oh,
so
that's so much more than what I did.
Trying to get to focus for you guys.
See this rope I put on his side?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to blend it in.
I saw Li Jiao entered the chat earlier. Welcome, Li Jiao. Welcome to the stream, brother. Welcome.
Ooh, you got a stick, buddy.
What would be a good, almost just like a clasp? I kind of want to make like a little necklace for mine now too, Danny, because I have an idea.
Fiddliest thing I've ever done.
I mean, there's nothing more better like actual things that like serve as clasps and stuff. So
just sculpt it.
Just sculpt it?
Yeah, I mean, you want a clasp? So for example, okay, I've just added this belt, this thing on his belt, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say I want to have something to hold it on. Okay, small ball of Milliput. And the problem with measuring this is that so you see it's incredibly small in your hands, but as soon as you put it on the miniature, you go like, whoa!
Right.
Where did that come from?
Definitely feeling that, yeah. It's like I'm holding the tiniest thing I've ever held in my fingers ever, and it's massive on this mini. Oh.
Okay, so Colin, for a clasp?
Yeah.
Like I was saying, you get a ball of Milliput.
Mm-hmm.
Smoosh it in place.
Yep.
and don't press it down. Just try to flatten it a little by just a little stroke like that. Came
Okay.
out.
How big? Just tiny ball, and then just press it flat down on there, huh? I'm gonna get crazy with mine here in a second.
Oh no! Despite the Vaseline, it decided my tool is stickier than the model.
Uh-oh.
All of my work is for naught.
No.
At least on this round. I'm going back. Oh, we not giving up. I got working time.
Okay, just remember to put Vaseline on the tool every few passes. Don't just forget about it and.
Oh,
leave
that's
it there.
true. That's a good.
Well, I mean, I had just Vaselined it up, but even so,
Whoa. Okay.
it's not. It
Oh,
didn't,
that clasp that works out great.
didn't stick.
Karl, that clasp is awesome.
See?
Okay.
It's right. I don't know if you can see it. Can you see it, brother? I have to
Not
focus.
really.
I'll focus it for you. I'll focus it for you too. Hold on. I'll come back and show everyone here in a second. But you can see the clasp up here.
It's on his left.
On his right
that's
shoulder.
Nice.
See his clasp?
Oh yeah, that's cool.
That is cool.
Nice. Yeah.
Cool, right? I like my
Good trick,
fur.
yeah.
My fur's coming along. But I am not. I don't call it. It's not cheating. But I'm gonna augment the sculpt with something.
Wait. You're not done with that class yet.
I'm not. Oh, what do I have to do?
So-
What do I have to do?
Get your needle.
Okay, I got my needle.
Okay. So can you see my screen?
Yes, I see your screen.
So just poke two small holes into it.
Yeah. On.
Just above the center. I'm not sure if you can.
I can see it. I see it.
Okay.
I'm gonna do it.
Now, once you've done that, just use the needle to pinch the lower part of the circle.
Oh. Oh, this one's trying to move. It's trying to move on me.
Okay.
Nice.
I think I might have my first shield finished.
I want to see.
Okay, let's have it.
Let's see if I move other things to the side so it's actually visible. Let me put the light around here.
Aye.
Oh,
That's
cool.
looking good.
I love
That
that
is looking
shield,
good.
Michael. That looks great.
That is cool. Super cool.
Love that. I love the use of the ping pong ball to get that curvature on it. That's so smart.
Thing is though that Karl, now I just have to leave that on the ping pong ball now, don't I?
Why is that?
Well, because if I try and remove this, it's just going to change the shape of it.
Let it harden first.
Yeah, so 8 hours basically.
Yeah.
Give or take, yeah.
Yep.
So I've got to, if I'm going to make any more, actually, do you know what I could just put a couple on the same ping pong ball.
Yeah, and then take them off when they're done.
So, Michael.
Yeah.
You have been so engrossed in your carving that you have not been paying attention to the chat for a little while.
Uh-oh.
And they're coming after you, Michael.
So, Colin,
They're coming after you hard.
What are
I'm
they?
not sure if it's visible, but it should be shaped like a tiny skull if you did that.
I think Derek said,
cool.
I bet Michael has never even seen Lord of the Rings.
Oh no.
And they just kind of keep going.
They're
He doesn't
being-
even notice us talking about him.
It's an intense day on the stream, guys. We're really
Gifts are gonna get
excited.
made.
We're really excited today to.
Tina says, I think he hates Gandalf. He doesn't want to paint him.
Oh man.
You guys have not been paying attention to the chat at all.
I've been paying attention and enjoying, folks. Oh no, Danny's gonna out us now. Danny did. Danny solidly outed you. Danny's enjoying himself.
I am still suffering from the worst hangover that I've had in 2 or 3 years. from Friday night's stream with everyone over who came over.
An epic day.
After the stream.
It was a good stream, though. It was worth it.
Well, after the stream as well, me and like Colin and everyone, we carried on. We were there for hours. How long was it, Colin? Like, you left early as well?
I did. I left early. We were there for an additional 3 hours. I left it like after an additional 3 hours.
But so wait, the stream was what, 4 hours long in the first place?
Yeah, it was 3 hour stream.
3 hour stream, and then we were up until 4 o'clock in the morning. On stream, just sitting chatting.
Yeah.
Wow.
And if you think Luke was, funny and having fun at that point, 4 o'clock in the morning was hilarious, honestly. It was fun, but yeah. That is kind of why I'm still recovering.
You'll be okay.
I mean, I don't know how you do it. If I stay up past my bedtime even one night, we're talking like an hour past my bedtime, I'm cranky for a week. So, but I'm also a weenie, so. You know.
You're not a weenie.
All right.
Yeah, I think I could do that about 20 years ago, but now I just like sleeping. It's sleeping. I prefer sleeping.
Sleeping is pretty great.
Yep.
Lesson learned. I know I've said this before, but I'm never doing that again.
Okay.
Until next time.
Until we do it again.
Yeah.
Okay.
So actually, is anyone out there, here's a question for people in the chat, is anyone out there actually doing any crafting with Milliput right now? If you are, let us know what you're making.
I know Pulp was trying to work on something, which is cool. Scheitzen. I'm almost got it.
Believe in you, Colin.
Question for you, Karl.
Mm-hmm.
Can you put super glue on green stuff that isn't dry?
Only if you really hate yourself.
Only if I really hate myself?
Why would you do that?
I'll show you why I would do that. I'm trying to secure it on here right now, but I'm going to show everyone out in the stream first. I've added a bit of jewelry chain from one of the clasps around his neck to the other, and around his neck for like an added chain. So like combining, I know we're sculpting today, but I didn't do that right now. Let me show you guys up here. I'll show you.
Where's that mini from?
This is Duncan Luca. It's a free STL from Duncan Luca.
You've mentioned him
Yeah,
before.
he's great. There it is.
So Night Terrain's asking me, Michael, did you finish that bottle of Tullamore Dew? No, I drank half of it.
That's still a lot.
What a quitter.
What a quitter. That's a big
quitter.
bottle. So, anyway, I don't take pride in being able to drink a lot. It was a bad idea.
Oh no. I know what I'm gonna do. Instead of green stuff, or instead of super glue, I'm just gonna add a little bit more green stuff on top of the clasp and seal it.
There you go.
in.
Yeah, lock it in.
Yeah, we're gonna oh god.
That should work, especially, but it will only work because the way you put the chain is supported on the shoulders of the miniature.
Right.
So if you want to do that without the chain being supported, what would ideally happen is let the cloak dry.
Yep.
Make the clasps separately, and then super glue everything in place.
You know what I haven't done, Karl, is put Vaseline on my tweezers that I'm using, and I just messed everything. I messed up one side of the. Yep.
Whoops.
Whoops-a-doodle.
Now you
Oh,
stick.
come on, bro. Get up there. Yeah, this is definitely an exercise in patience and but it's so I think it's so much fun creating these little modifications. I love it, man.
Yeah.
Like Karl and I have spoken a few times about sculpting versus carving. Carving is a lot. I find carving a lot more forgiving. Like for some reason, like you're cutting stuff away and whittling it down into this. Where this, you're kind of trying to build stuff up, and I find this a lot more awkward than carving.
And the funny thing is that I tend to find sculpting is a lot more forgiving than carving.
Because if you take it away, you can always put it back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
With carving, once it's gone, it's gone. You're not gluing that back together.
That's true.
All right. My little goblin's getting blinged out, guys.
But yeah, with regards to patience, it's one thing. I mean, like, if I'm in a hurry, I don't paint and I don't sculpt. It's unless you have the time to do it, just don't do it.
Right.
Big long silence there.
Yeah. And then I say something witty and entertaining. Yep, nailed it.
Yep.
Sorry, this strap isn't gonna carve itself, people.
Karl, what's the I guess what's the biggest augmentation of any mini you've ever done? Like, what's the most ambitious sculpt you've ever done? Like we're doing today. What's the most ambitious project you've ever tackled?
Just as a conversion rather than a. As a conversion, you mean rather than a full actual sculpt?
Yeah, let's go with the convert. Let's see what have you converted?
One at a time, both of them eventually. I want to know both.
Okay. Not entirely sure because I mean most of the conversions I did were human size, so they're roughly about the same size.
I see.
Sure.
Let's see. I think one of the most ambitious was this one, because he's actually got his head has been swapped out. He's got his male sculpted over his head.
Oh wow.
This cape he's wearing also sculpted. Weapon is from a different plastic kit, and this little amulet he's wearing used to be a different amulet.
So you swapped out a lot. That's cool.
Oh yeah. Now, with regards to the largest, actually, unfortunately, the largest mini I ever sculpted no longer exists. It broke about 15 years ago, I think. But I think my second largest would be this one.
Ooh.
Nice.
I like that one. That one looks
That
awesome.
went up on the. Didn't that go up on the Facebook group recently?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that guy. He's got such a great personality.
So I think this was actually the second miniature I sculpted. The second full miniature, I mean, and because of the size and it's a troll. It's got large exaggerated features. It makes it much easier to sculpt than a human.
Sure. That tracks.
So, what would be your go-to, like, for if you want to learn about sculpting and get and basically get better at this? Where would your go-to places to go and get information be? Like, who do you watch?
Okay, I do watch quite a bit of Tom Mason. Tom Mason Super Sculpting Show on YouTube. Unfortunately, most of the sites I used to learn back in the day are no longer online. Okay, we're talking pre-YouTube at that time, so yeah. But again, Facebook, for example, has large number of sculpting groups. If you look up miniature sculpting, you will find plenty of them. And most of them tend to be really helpful, especially with beginners.
I mean, I know we've spoken on here quite a few times about north of the border.
Oh yeah.
The thing is, I think his work is great, but I don't think there's enough detail in there to get an absolute beginner going.
Yeah.
If you already know a little, then that's fantastic. That's going to take you a very long way. But
sorry, I guess his stuff is not intended to be tutorial-esque, really, as opposed to he's just making something cool.
Right.
But again, I mean, it is enough information if you've already got a rough idea of how everything works. Then you can pick up a lot of information of him, because he gives out a lot of details and step by step exactly how he's doing things. But if you're just coming into this, then that's going to be pretty difficult.
Yeah.
So, I am. We'll take this time real quick to remind everyone, if you are new to the channel and this is your first time here, welcome to the Crazy Crafter live stream. If you have, if you're joining us, if you've not stopped by before, please make sure after the video is posted, right, to leave a comment, introduce yourself. I'd love to get to know you, and thank you for stopping by. Also, if you're new and you haven't posted in the live chat here, jump in there and say hello so we can welcome you to the stream. And if you enjoy this live stream format where we are going live every Sunday featuring new tabletop terrain tutorials, mini painting, everything to do with table crafting and the tabletop hobby, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button and leave us a comment. Let us know what you'd like to see. What is something that you're like, oh man, I'm struggling with my wood grain on how I texture stuff. Let us know. Let me know what you'd like to see on future live streams, and I'd love to help make it available for you. So, and we are joined by Karl from KARL Makes Stuff. I'll have to put it up there. If you have not done so yet, please head on over to Karl's channel. If you have not subscribed, you got to head on over to Karl's channel and check it out. He has got some amazing content. You were paid a very big compliment last night by Luke, Karl, actually, and I don't know. I don't know if this was during. I can't remember. It was during the stream, right? Yeah, he hadn't been familiar with your work until he connected with the channel, and he's like, he's an absolutely brilliant crafter, and I was like, yeah. That was
I was like this for about 15 minutes after it.
You're in a catatonic state.
Yep.
Well, it's true, and I think one of the really great things, Karl, is you have been in the hobby for a number of years, and you've been doing it for a number of years, and your skills haven't just dabbled in one thing. You've been a curious wanderer of the hobby, and you've been gathering information and lovely knowledge that you drop it not only in your content, but within our Discord, right, on Facebook, on the Tabletop Crafters Guild. So we are very, very fortunate to have connected with you, and I am so thankful.
Thanks, Liz.
So thankful that we get to hang out and learn how to sculpt with some Greenstuff today, or Milliput, and I haven't ruined my Greenstuff. I actually like, Karl. I know I added it to it. I'm not supposed to.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty easy. It like that. No Greenstuff has stuck to my fingers today since I Vaselined it. Now I like that personally, but it is initially, until you work it in, it's like shooting out of my hand. So I can see why you're like only supposed to do the tool, but
yep.
It's working out. It's working out.
It's no, it starts to feel like wrestling soap otherwise. But yeah, as long as the Greenstuff is sticking to the Greenstuff, it's all good.
Now, for a mohawk, I know I don't want to jump ahead too much, but for a mohawk, I was thinking about laying a single strip down the middle of the head and then adding individual like curls to the hair and little different heights to it. How would you go about it, Karl?
Okay, I will show you in just a second.
Sure.
But first. Okay, let me show you a mistake I made here, and this isn't a mistake in the sculpting, it's a mistake in the preparation. Okay? I should not have added this arm yet.
Okay. Why not?
Okay, it's a mistake I frequently make. I just... Because I want to shape his collar, and I can do that. Not very easily, at least. So I have to work around the arm.
So you have to work around the arm now.
Now, there are cases where you want to have the whole miniature ready.
Right.
Yeah. Now, there are some cases where you want to have that in place. For example, if you have the cloak, you need to have the arm to shape it on.
Right.
But in this case, it's just going to be annoying. So it takes planning. And this is a failure to plan.
This is a failure to plan. Well, it's still going to look good.
That literally could be the tagline for the Crazy Crafter live stream.
Yeah.
Like, craft your passion daily. A failure to plan.
A failure to plan. Yep. Sometimes.
Sometimes.
What were you saying, Michael? You had something.
Aim for failure, hit it every time.
Aim for failure, hit it every time. It's true. But that's how we learn. That's one of the whole reasons I love all the social media groups, from Discords to the Tabletop Crafters Guild to content creators that are bold enough and honest enough in their process to share their failures and what works and what doesn't work. Something that I feel Karl does really well on his channel. When something works or doesn't work, he communicates that, and that's how we grow. That's how everyone learns from it, and I dig that part about the hobby. Part of it is the experimentation, so it works. We see what works and what doesn't. Oh, look at that! It's looking good, Karl.
Cool.
That's looking dope.
Okay, I think I leave this to sit before I put on his mask. Otherwise, I'll just ruin the collar. Which brings us to your mohawk.
Which brings us to a mohawk.
So, before we get into mohawks,
yes,
I'm actually getting pretty proud of this little guy.
Let's see.
So I'm making my newest version of Agador Spartacus. So, Agador Spartacus is my imp familiar for my warlock that I play.
Yep.
And I've currently sculpted his pouch, his bag.
Oh, nice.
Which, in my last session, he used a tinderbox and flasks of oil that he carries to light a cart on fire that he pulled out of his bag.
Dude.
And then I've slowly started sculpting the little bow tie that he wears around his neck, because he is my noble butler, Agador Spartacus. Super proud of him. You can do it, buddy.
Nice.
That's pretty cool.
I'm just having a great time.
I love it.
I'm having a great time right now.
Let's see, Michael. Let's see. You did the shield. What else you got going? Another one?
I'm gonna do a whole bunch of little shields.
Oh, nice.
Like, I'm imagining using them as little bits of scatter debris for battle scatter. You know what I mean?
Ooh.
There. I'm working on this one right now. Where is
that
it?
one? Oh, that's cool.
Oh, nice. All right.
Yeah, that's cool.
Not quite finished yet.
Karl will know this. He'll know a buckler, and so will Danny. I think you all probably know what bucklers are. I might try my hand at a little buckler here if I.
A wee little shield.
A wee little shield, just a little hand buckler for the parrying of the. But man, that's like, for this scale, dude. That I'm like, ooh, that's a small.
A buckler's more like a nope shield.
Yeah, nope.
You know,
nope.
You're just standing there, you're like, nope.
Nope.
Not that. Nope.
Nope.
Okay. Let's see. Colin, that's actually easier than it sounds. Just don't sculpt anything that is not visible.
What, the buckler?
Yep.
Yeah. 100%.
Just sculpt the outside and don't even think about sculpting the inside. That's.
Oh, I've already thought about sculpting the inside though. I've already thought about my little handle and how am I going to do my little handle. I want to do like a little boss, like a little boss on the middle of the buckler too. But
Why
the problem,
do you do this to yourself?
I mean, because I sculpted. Let a guy try to sculpt one set of small swords, and he gets all crazy and is like, "I'll make everything." But it looks like you're getting ready. Now, this is a head you've sculpted that you've got up there, right, Karl?
Yep. I sculpted for practice. I ended up not using it for anything because I didn't like it very much. So now I get some mohawk.
How do you? Well, before we get into the mohawk, tell us a little bit about how you would sculpt, and go ahead and about making your own head.
Well, basically, start off with a ball.
Okay.
And remember, this is all just basic shapes. Yeah.
Yep.
So you start with a ball, which is just the upper part of the head, excluding the jaw. Okay.
Okay.
So first thing you do is you make some depressions for the eyes.
Okay.
All right.
Yep.
And build up the ridges around the eyebrows. I mean, with the clasp, yeah.
Yep.
You saw how easy it is to shape a skull. You just need 2 dots and 2 lines, and it already gives the basic impression of a skull.
Right. Right.
Okay. So from there you start defining the upper jaw.
Yep.
And then you extend it at a bit of putty to build the lower jaw.
Oh, okay. So you're slowly layering that volume in there is what you're doing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Now, yeah. Now, the important thing is, don't rush ahead. Leave that to settle, and
Okay.
then make two small balls of putty and put them in the eyes. Okay.
Okay.
And blend those in. Once you're done with those, then you can start working on the actual skin, which is the eyelids, having them, extending the nose, and so on.
Well,
But it's all in layers.
it is so layering. So form the skeleton, then the skin, then add it. Like you're just keep layering it on top.
Pretty much, yeah.
one step at a time. Nice. Okay.
It's like you could do this, pick one of your citadel skulls and start building up of that, except that the citadel skull obviously has more details than I would be doing in this.
Right. Right.
Okay.
Cool.
I do have a video on my channel. I think it's a really long one. I think it's about 45 minutes, which
Ooh.
is where I put the
Beefy.
where I build up the face on this tree.
Not
1 second.
not 4 to 5 minutes. Terrible joke.
I like it. It was a great dad joke. I laughed.
I appreciate you, Michael.
Okay. It's about when I sculpted this face in here.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, nice.
But again, I mean, sculpting faces, I wouldn't really jump into it yet for the moment. Definitely get familiar with the material first.
Yep. Yep. Uh-oh. Lost my... I had a ball. My ball went away. It's okay.
Yeah, that happens a lot.
Yep. And I'll find it later hardened, rolled over under the keyboard or something.
Or the bottom of your shoe or somewhere.
Yep.
But,
Yep.
by the way, speaking of, what kind of flooring do you have in there?
Flooring?
Yep.
I have concrete.
Concrete, perfect. Just you can easily scrape it off with a knife.
Yeah.
Because when you find it, it will generally be flattened out into a...
Oh, carpet or anything? Oh, game over.
No, if it's in a carpet, forget about it. You're never
Game
going to see it
over.
again.
So what is this? Are you shaping? What are you shaping now, there, Karl?
Preparing some putty for the mohawk.
Okay.
Oh, so, not in the chat here, but I don't know if Elston is. I know he popped in a little while earlier. If you're still there, Elston, those photographs that you sent to our little Facebook group there of the Haradrim, can you post those in the Crazy Crafter Discord so that we can see them later on?
Oh yeah, that'd be great. that's a great reminder. If you haven't done so, head on over to the Crazy Crafter Discord and upload your most recent works in progress. Probably in about 10 minutes here, we'll head on over, and after Karl gets me going on a mohawk, we'll take a look at your work.
Okay, so here I've just stuck a lamp on top of his head.
Okay.
Okay, and don't worry about the exact shape right now. Just focus on blending it in.
Okay, so putting how high up did you make that lump?
However much you want it to be.
However
high.
big I want the mohawk to be?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, but again, for now, focus on the volume, not on the exact shape and any details.
Okay.
Right. I'm now going to...
Okay, just make sure it's properly stuck on there, okay?
Okay. I'll blend it in there. What were you saying, Michael?
I'm moving on. I'm going to attempt to make a helmet.
Nice.
I mean, a mohawk might not be everyone.
Yeah, I went crazy town with mohawk status.
Okay, I mean, you could put a crest on the helmet.
Oh, that's true. You could crest the helmet. Okay, let's put this down. Oh, that's a lot of...
I'm just going to put the Discord into the chat.
Oh, thank you, Michael.
Busy after Discord coming right up, guys.
Okay, so
switch
now I've
over
got the
to
first
this.
part one. I'm just going to add pieces to get it to the final shape.
So blending the green stuff down into the head, is it just flat, like the flattening out and the blend? Is that the patented Karl Makes Stuff method? Like I'm still like, when you say flatten and blending it in, I'm struggling how. When I'm shaping the tool and I'm blending, how do I blend it properly, Karl, is my question. That's my question. How do I blend it? Is it just flattening out the edges from the putty onto the model that helps blend it?
Spread it.
Spread it.
Spread it.
Copy.
Just spread it.
Copy that.
Yep. Okay. If you have a larger piece, if you have two larger pieces, let me show you on this one. Okay, if you have two small parts, like this, yeah, you can just spread them into each other.
Okay. I see.
Okay. Now, if you have two larger parts, especially if it's something that's actually load bearing, yeah.
Yep.
What I like to do is make a lot of strokes into them.
Okay.
And then blend those. Okay, because cutting those lines into them makes it a lot easier to get them into one piece.
Yep. Yep.
Okay. Okay, remember to lubricate your tools.
Oh yes, lubricate the tools, Bresty. Lubricate the tools. I was wondering why it was starting to stick.
Right.
Yeah, high quality entertainment right here. I heard all of us go into concentration mode.
Oh, yeah.
I hear it. I definitely hear it.
Pulp, you'll have to share how you your progress on your sculpt that you're working on today. Hopefully you're putting that up in the Discord there. Please do. It's okay wherever you get.
Okay, so one question you asked earlier about difference between Milliput and Greenstuff, yeah?
Yep.
Colin?
Yep.
Okay, so traditionally, Greenstuff was the tool of choice, the material of choice for Games Workshop sculptors.
Yep.
Now, the main reason for that was if you're doing rubber injection molding for casting, yeah?
Yep.
Milliput has Greenstuff has a much better chance of surviving than Milliput.
Oh, I see.
Okay, so Greenstuff kind of became the standard for some time.
Okay.
Okay, now it's mostly epoxy putty and other oven baked putties. But again, if you're just sculpting for yourself, you have no plans of building a rubber injection molding system. You'll be okay using anything.
Just so happens next week on the Crazy Crafter live stream, we're building injection molding systems.
Yay!
Oh,
No.
whoa! Are we? Is that what's
No,
happening?
no, but I saw the opportunity for a bit.
You did.
I love a good bit.
You sure
That's who I
do.
am.
We all love a good bit.
Who do you have on next week?
Next week is Amy Root from Mouseketeer Forge, newly minted
Teeny tiny
nice.
swords.
teeny tiny swords.
I'm super excited about teeny tiny.
What is it? A week? Today, I think, or yesterday marked a week on Instagram and has 130 something followers already, and
Whoa!
is like taking it on by storm.
Actually,
Okay.
this is brilliant. This is a 2-part series for me because like I have my mini for my warlock with Agador Spartacus. The next 2 weeks are all about me improving my personal D&D mini. I've decided for me.
Awesome.
Personal journey.
So, Colin,
So I'm currently working on sculpting my Sentinel shield that my character has, but my character also has a Frostbrand rapier, and so I'm going to make a teeny tiny Amy Root Frostbrand rapier
Ooh.
for my character. So that is. I know you don't plan these things specifically for me, but I'm making it all about me.
Oh, well, that's nothing.
It's all about my character.
I'm
should
glad we
be.
can upgrade it. I'm glad we can upgrade Agador Spartacus, as Agador should be the most fabulous that
Right.
Agador could
And
possibly
then my actual character, Desmond De La Vega. It'll be
Nope.
great.
Yep. What were you saying, Carl?
okay, I was saying, is this enough of a mohawk for you? Large enough?
Oh, I love that. I've got my here. I'll let me show everyone here on the stream where I'm at with my mohawk. Working on my mohawk here. Yep, looking pretty good. And then I'll come over here, Carl, and I'll show you. I'll show you on the Zoom because it's a different camera for these guys. So let me. There we go. There's where I'm at. I've got to like shape it up a little bit more, but it's coming.
Okay.
I want to
So I
texture it. How do I texture it? What should I do to the top to texture it, you think, Carl?
Okay, if you look at this kind of Games Workshop throws here again. Okay?
Yep.
And if you look at the top, it's textured exactly in the same way as we did the soft fare earlier.
Oh, I
Okay,
see.
So again, stab.
Stab. Stabby, stab. I'm gonna stab here. That's gonna look cool. I'm putting. I see Pickle from the pickle jar. He's lurking. He's what's going on, brother? Welcome to the stream. He's saying, how you feeling, Michael? Recovered from Friday yet?
Honestly, I mean, we've got like a little Facebook chat that we had to organize that whole thing, and like literally on Saturday morning, everyone was sending photographs of themselves, just like boom, and like Elston was just like laughing at everyone. Just
Oh yeah,
like,
because he left early. Yeah, the main stream hadn't even finished yet.
yeah, he kind of kept it a little more sensible than the rest of us. But I mean,
He's a wise man.
I think myself, Luke, and Josh, and Ben were still going at like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning.
Man.
Intense.
Still paying for it,
Okay,
man.
so Colin, when you're texturing the sides of the mohawk,
Yeah.
okay, don't push into the mohawk, okay? So basically
Okay.
just put the tool in there
Yep.
and slide it down.
Oh, and slide it down.
Yeah.
Okay.
So otherwise you'll just push it to the side.
Okay.
I'm not so sure about this, but you have these little ideas about something that you want to make, then you start to try and make it, and it's, you know, nothing like what you want in your head, but it's still okay. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
Yep.
That's what I'm looking at right now. That's what I am staring at right now. Is the thing that I thought not quite what I thought I was going to end up with, but we'll see. We'll take it.
This is just about passable as a helmet, but in my head I had like loads of dwarven detail in it and stuff, and that's not happening.
It's a lot,
So here?
but
I think
but
we're all
even-
walking before we run, right?
Yeah, but even with this little details, like the shields are gonna look good, Michael. Danny's bow tie, all of this like all that's gonna look good because it's stuff that wasn't there before. I'm losing. I was so excited to make a mohawk for this little dude, and I'm making it, and I'm about to lose my mind over here. And I think that was also a conversation that's come up in recent times, right? Michael, we were chatting with someone who's working on creating content, and you mentioned this in that thread, and that thread is as long as you're happy with it and as long as you love what you're working on, that's an important part of the build. And everyone else be damned what they think of it, because it's time and effort that you put in to creating something, and that's important. I mean, that's whether you're like, it doesn't matter what it is, as long as you're enjoying it. Very, very important. I thought that was a really good note. Probably the best note you could probably give anyone in the hobby or
So,
creating content.
Too much light. Not enough light. I've got to get some sort of display set up in my life. That's what I need.
What do you
I'm no good at
mean?
displaying my stuff. I need a third camera is what I need.
Dude, tell me about it. I'm over here like, I need all the cameras.
Yeah, you can't see the detail
Let's see
on
it.
there well. But
Oh.
I'm making...
No, it looks pretty
That's
good.
looking
actually.
really good, Danny.
Yeah, so I don't know if there are any Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild fans out there. I love that game. And there is a shield called the Shield of the Mind's Eye, which is not a particularly good shield, but it's so good looking. And that's what I've decided to base this on. So, we got the Shield of the Mind's Eye for my Sentinel shield.
I love it. Oh, that mohawk's looking really good, Carl.
That is cool.
I like that mohawk. You're getting that nice thinner part at the bottom, and it's kind of fading up and fanning out a little bit. I really like that a lot.
Okay, so one easy way to do that is when you're going over the top. Yeah?
Yep.
Once you've built up the height, just press into the top very slightly.
Okay.
And what it's going to do is it's going to push it apart a little.
Yep.
Now you're going to get a line down the middle, but once you texture it, that's going to disappear.
Oh, okay.
So the thing that's makes you, what am I trying to say? I'm making some little stuff for a battlefield, kind of like after a battle, like weapons and stuff strewn all over the fields and broken things. And because it's after a battle, it doesn't matter if your thing looks
That's
perfect.
true.
You're not one bit. Dinged up the better, right?
Dinged up the better, exactly.
Okay, so I think I'm moving on to building a torch for this guy.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Let's build a torch.
Now, one thing about converting miniatures is, or sculpting anything, is if you have the opportunity to be lazy, do it.
Here.
Sound advice. I love it.
Here's my little helmet so far. It's
Love
crap.
it. What are you talking about? That's great.
It's not. That's not crap. That's looking really good, Michael. I like that.
It looks like a lump of green stuff.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
It is recognizable as the helmet.
You and I have very different opinions on what crap is.
Yeah. Dude, Karl, this is exactly what I would hope would happen for me today on the stream. And I don't know if you all are feeling the same way out there. Pulp, you'll have to let us know. I know you're sculpting along with us, but like, just these little these little insights of using some Vaseline or lotion on the tools has like that has always been the bane of my existence when working with the green stuff.
The thing is that if Brick is still in the chat, he's been telling me to do that for over a year before I actually did that. So it's also thanks to him.
Bravo, Earthman Brick. Another future guest on the Crazy Crafter reached out at some point. We'll get Earthman Brick on here. Believe he said he's ready. So I'm gonna be reaching out. I'm getting ready for May, Earthman Brick. So May's a coming. But there's that. How to blend properly. How to blend the stuff in properly is a huge deal. And then just how you go about texturing it. Super big. Super, like, all just crucial key things that have already made me a better green stuff sculptor with my minis here. So, kick ass.
Let's have a bit of this.
Oh, dropping the beats in the music now.
Boots and cuts.
Boots and cuts. That's right.
Okay. Now, one thing that happened before the stream is I was checking my polystyrene cement bottles and stuff, and the bottle got stuck and the nozzle on the other one was clogged, so I have to improvise a bit.
Headline, Colin doesn't. Oh my goodness, Laura, I see you out there. No, I do. I've now discovered. That sounds even worse, right? I'm setting myself up for that.
Yeah, it's not better.
Helping.
It's not better
if you better if I continue down that train of thought. It is a definite new useful piece of information using in the hobby that I am grateful for. Laura. Too funny. Now, I don't know what to do. I heard my name. What did I break this time? You didn't break anything. You're coming on the stream, Earthman Brick.
Gonna break some hearts.
Yeah, you're gonna break. Yeah, we're gonna have you on the stream soon. I'm gonna reach out, Earthman Brick. Sometime in May. Sometime in May. We've got 5 streams that month.
We do?
Yeah, because there's an extra week. It's like the way it works out and the way it unfolds. There's 5 streams.
Thanks, May.
Yeah.
Elston's stuck those in the
Discord. Oh, maybe we'll get ready and head over that. As you're shaping that up, Karl, keep doing that. Why don't we head over? I'm gonna head over to the Discord and take a look at everyone's work. Yeah.
And when we make that transition, that's going to be when I have to dip out for the day.
Okay. So, no worries.
Yeah.
No worries, brother.
I do have to dip out.
We are thrilled that we got to hang out with you for as long as we did, and you get to do some family stuff on Sunday, which is
I got a daughter that I need to appease today. So
that's important.
Yep. So Karl, this was super informative.
Glad it was useful, man.
Yeah, it's so
and
good.
Nice to talk to you.
Yeah, as always. Can't wait for you to come back next time, man.
Yeah.
Love it.
As always. It's absolutely amazing. Hold on, before you do it, Danny, Wait for me. I'll cue you, so we can get it going here. Oh, where is?
Yeah, you get it going so I don't ruin your stream.
Well, it'll be all right. Give me 1 second. There we go. Okay, we're gonna head on over and we're gonna transition. Danny, thank you so much for hanging out with us today.
Yeah, and I'll see all y'all next week.
Yep. Be well,
Bye.
friend.
Thank you, Daniel.
Okay, see ya, man.
All right. So now he's gone. We can talk all the smack we want about him. I love it. It's not like he can record any. It's not recorded or anything. I'm trying to scroll back up here to where we were on the stream and getting up. I think I've got it. Yep. I think we're good. Yeah, we're gonna start here. We're gonna start with some wood over in the mini mason here. This is absolutely phenomenal. This turned out great, Mini Mason. So this is Mini Mason's latest in build that's playable on the interiors. Absolutely phenomenal work here. This is nuts. Like, this whole build, like, I know Mini Mason and both Pulp have got these amazing builds. Everyone's got amazing builds going on, but Mini Mason's playable interior here on this inn is pretty spectacular. As we're checking it out here, I love all the woodwork and the stonework inside and the detail. It looks spectacular.
Mm-hmm.
This build is just brilliant.
Yeah. Say again, Michael.
I'm a big fan of Mini Mason's work.
Yeah, same. That's another one. We got to get on the stream here. I'm trying to get y'all on here at some point, but we will. So we've got all of that. Dude, look at this stonework, or the stonework and the texture on the wood is remarkable here. Such a cool build. Like, it's one of those things when it drops on the table and you're like, bro, everyone's gonna go gaga playing over that. Speaking of going gaga over everything, here is Tina's progress on the build for the game store that she's working on. This board. This is coming along great, Tina, getting this base coat down on there. Absolutely phenomenal. I love all the cut individual tiles for the stonework here. It's a good blend of cast products and, you know, foam products that you're sculpting and making yourself. I can't tell the difference. It's really well done. Simply spectacular. Great work, Tina. Hashtag love that, Tina. Saunders been upgrading his crafting space. Working on that. Much, very organized. Much more clean. I mean, no one gets any cleaner than my space and organized than my space. But Saunders giving me a run for my money. Hashtag not in this reality. Sonder, this crafting space is looking great. What a cool place to hang out. It's nice having your own dedicated space is important. That's important for keeping things clean and organized, not letting it bleed out and like impact the entire household, which is what I've done in the past many times. It's nice to keep it all centralized. Love this. Love the little shelf on rollers over here with the Proxon with all the different cuts that he's got. Big sheets of foam, little bricks it looks like, smaller pieces. Just rad. Ooh, now he's got lighting. Yeah, love that collapsible table tool for the crafting station. Super cool. Well done, Sonder. Well done. When are you coming over and customizing, crafting my station?
I could use a little help too.
Yeah, right. Oh, here we go. More Mini Mason wood grain in the floor. Good lord. Good lord. That is absolutely amazing. I'm excited, Michael. All this, like, I'm thinking of the all the talented people that we have in our Discords, and I'm really excited for your challenge as well. You're gonna have to when we switch back over before the end of the stream today. I want to talk a little bit more about that challenge so we can engage more people over on that on it and participate in it.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of wanted to keep it just with the group that we had right now, to be quite honest, because
Fair enough.
If I open it up to loads and loads and loads of people, it's gonna be harder for me to condense it into something that I want.
I didn't think of that, so my apologies, my friend.
I mean, if anyone's in the Discord and they is new to the Discord and they want to get involved, absolutely get involved. It's not a side issue, but it's not something that I've been promoting outside of my Discord. If you see what I mean?
Copy that.
It's like a little fun that I was having with the guys here already in there.
Yep.
And we'll see. I mean, I have already seen some stuff. And Zane sent me something, and well, basically what he's putting in there is going to be ridiculously cool, man. Really cool.
I'm excited to get to it. I'm gonna try to get to it this week. I'm gonna try start working on it tomorrow. It's gonna be fun. I'm looking at Tina's more stuff on Tina's build here from this board game. Now, not only has she base coded it like Tina does, she also is like, of course, it's like taking shape. The paint is like all this, the paint's going down. I love all this red that she's putting in here. The skulls, my gosh, Citadel skulls. Those things are legit. Love this little tomb, this statue with the foliage on it, the skulls interlaced around it. Super cool. Super cool. More pictures. Looking absolutely fantastic, Tina. How often do you make board game or big old boards for the other shop? That's what I want to know. That's pretty cool. Before and after the dry brush. Oh, this is a great example of how big dry brush highlights and brings everything into play. That's cool. Thanks for sharing that, Tina. Oh, some fruit with air dry clay. Here's some example of what Tina's made with the air dry clay. Oh, that fruit looks great. That is super rad. I love that. Hello, Pirate Queen Pickle. Welcome, Wendy.
Well, that is cool.
Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead, brother.
Little banana is awesome.
Yeah, right? Derek
Nice.
is saying that he just started working with UV resin and acrylic gel. Hasn't completely dried yet, but happy so far. Oh, so it looks like this water trickling down from the pipe here. Yeah. That's what I'm seeing, I think. That looks super cool. Love that. That's a big another guest coming on here pretty soon.
Yep.
On Saturday the 10th. That'll be a Saturday one, and I'll talk more about this too. But after April, we are gonna make a big shift. It was the shift that I told y'all was coming. We're gonna move starting in May. The weekend tutorial is gonna move to Saturdays instead of Sunday. So Saturdays will be on deck. Derek, this is looking really good. You have to keep posting pics and letting us know what you think of this new haul. He got a bunch of cool stuff from Greenstuff World, and he's putting it to use. Oh my gosh! These. Okay, when did Elston paint all of this in like 2 days? Elston.
He's got a problem. I don't know.
Elston.
Seriously.
You wild man. This is insane. I painted one figure. I painted one figure, Elston. Good night.
The thing is, it's like, it's not even like it looks like a rush job.
No!
They all look really well done. So annoying.
Oh, Elston,
I mean,
these look fantastic, brother.
It's the product of years and years of practice, though, surely. It's just
Yeah.
not...
I mean, all the edge highlighting on this is ridiculous, Michael. Like, it just looks great.
No, that looks like about 2 years of my output.
Yeah, right? That's ditto, Karl. Oh, I banged this out in a night. No big deal. Well done. Oh, here we go. We can't have... Look at this. Loki is taking... Loki can happily take over this stream whenever Loki wants to. There's the Captain Pickle over from the Pickle Jar. Adorable kitty. She's so cute. In addition to kitties, we also got... Look at this dude! This is another Warplock miniature, I think, from Josh's stream last week. He had Alex on from Warplock Studios, and I know Josh recently did a video. Michael, if you can find the recent video from this week, the one that Josh just uploaded, and put it in the chat, it would be awesome. But it's one on painting kind of out of the comfort zone and different painting styles, and he used another Warplock miniature, which I believe has a Kickstarter you can go check out and support. You can also go back and watch the recorded stream of the Pickle Jar, and hang out with him and Alex and get to talk a little bit more about these miniatures. They look fantastic. This is a great miniature, Josh. I love all the colors on this. These are quite fantastic miniatures. I've never seen anything quite like them before. They look like they popped out of an animated Pixar movie is what they look like.
Warplock.
My gosh. Super cool. Really, really cool. Love all this detail on these miniatures. Well done, Josh. An actual pickle jar on it. Absolutely fantastic. Well done. Love it. It's getting giving it some rock on love right there. Working on techniques. All those little balls are about to be tentacle type suckers. Oh, cool. Looks like we've got other folks sculpting with us today, Karl.
Nice.
That's what we wanted to do today. We wanted to have everyone sculpt and hang out. This is looking great, Cross. Looking fantastic. You're going to have to post the finished product. What is that going to be? Tentacles for what, bruh? Tentacles for what? Oh my gosh. Been painting all day long. One corner is ready. God, Tina! Stop! So good. Looks so good. I love it. I love all of the work. The board game. This board game better give you free stuff for forevs. Not crafting, but the first time meeting two members of the first meeting of the two members of the Foam family. Aw, wouldn't have happened without the Crazy Crafter live stream. Here it is, Zane and Amy. Oh my gosh, Amy has an axe. And it's coming after Zane here.
Making us all jealous.
Yeah. Wishing we were a little bit closer, like you two are in proximity to each other. Glad you guys got to meet up and hang out this last week. Dude. Oh my gosh, here's the little demon face. Pulp sculpted a demon face on his shield. That looks awesome. Dudes, you went straight into sculpting a face on a shield, Pulp. That's bold. I love it. I would, if I had the sound effect, I'll just do it normally. You get the crazy sound effect. That's awesome.
That is very cool.
I love it. I love it. Yes. Dude, there's so much you can do. That's what I love about Karl's tutorials and incorporating the sculpting into the build. I love the versatility that you have when you sculpt with Milliput or Greenstuff. When you do and work with that two-part epoxy, and I know a lot of other crafters do it too. I know Tabletop Witchcraft does it quite a bit, and really digs working with the stuff. But it can change your mini, right? I've got a My character in the D&D campaign I'm playing lost a leg. I've got to get a leg going on up there. Let me see if I can showcase something real quick. So you can see Michael, put your shields up there if you can.
Oh, right, yep.
Put your shields up there. I want to see where it's at too. I'm gonna throw mine up there in the Discord real quick.
It'll take me a minute.
No worries. I threw mine up there. We can see where my little dude is at right now with his blinged out cape and mohawk. I love how this little dude's turning out. Pretty fun. Exactly what I'd envisioned and hoped for.
You're going to need the gangsta soundtrack for him.
Yeah, that's right. He's coming along. I have a question about the cape here, Karl. When you see it, when it comes up on the stream there. So how would I add some ripple effects to the backside of this cape, like to basic like natural folds? You know how it's kind of flat right now, right?
Okay, just when we're back on screen, I can show you.
Okay. We'll be able to have that up there. I'm gonna leave this up there. Well, talk to me for a little bit. Like, describe it to me, Karl. Like, what to start it? Because I need you to fill some time while I reframe us real quick. Because Danny left on us. So talk to us a little bit about the process, and then I'll transition us back over, if you wouldn't mind, please.
Sure thing. Okay, so basically what you've got right now is a flat surface, yeah?
Yep.
And what you need to do is just build it up like you would build up anything else. So just put in a bit of material where there would be a fold.
Yep.
Okay. Blend it back in.
Okay.
Okay, then put in another bit. Okay, try to get it kind of smoothish looking.
There we go, Colin. They're up there now.
Oh, nice.
You'll see that I'm also working on a little skeleton.
A skeleton too, eh?
Trying.
Love it.
Little battlefield scene with like strewn weapons and strewn dead bodies and obviously an old battle scene.
Right. Almost.
I'm
almost
quite
there.
happy with the little skeleton. It's going good. So, I mean, in terms of tools, Karl, I'm using cake tools and a toothpick. Are there any?
Sorry?
I'm using cake making tools,
Oh,
like
nice.
from the kitchen. And a toothpick. But is there have you got recommendations on actual sculpting tools?
Well, you can find clay sculpting tools, which I'm sure your wife would appreciate, I guess. With you not using the cake tools.
Yeah.
I think that was something that Luke was saying last Friday as well, yeah?
Oh yeah. Yep.
But other than that, clay sculpting tools, clay shapers, which are those kind of silicone shaper things.
Yep.
I've been looking for some of those because the only ones I could find locally are for actual clay sculpting, so they're kind of chunky.
Yep.
But really, you can use pretty much anything. It's that skeleton is looking really good, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, that skeleton's looking good. I like these shields too, Michael. There's a lot of really good detail in these shields. Sculpting it up, brother. And I love the idea of using the ping pong ball here. That's amazing.
For a long time, I was just using a toothpick and a knife, so it's not like there's a massive barrier for entry.
That's true.
If it's harder than the putty, you can use it, which it's a pretty large category of things there.
Super cool.
I've just
Well
finished
done.
my little scout. You see that, Colin?
Say again.
I'm just put my skeleton there up on the screen.
Oh, hold on.
here.
I'm gonna transition over so we can see it. Stand by.
Pretty happy with it.
Yeah, that's looking really good, bro. I like it.
It's in terms of scale, it's probably a bit bigger than the actual minis, but
They have giants and Goliaths in the world, in fantasy.
not in this.
Not in Lord of the Rings.
Oh, never mind. JK. Well, maybe just use like forced perspective. Maybe it's closer on the battlefield, like, and it looks closer than it actually. I don't know. I still think it looks amazing. Have you ever sculpted a skeleton before?
No.
Well, there you go. That looks amazing for your first sculpt.
Speaking
The only
of,
Go ahead, Michael.
Go ahead, Carl. No, go, Carl. Go, Carl.
no, go ahead, Michael. I was just going to say something stupid, which I will say later anyway.
The only thing that I've ever sculpted is the shambling mound. I mean,
Oh.
apart from when I was a kid, but like, I can't ever remember really sculpting anything.
Huh.
Sorry, what's this really stupid thing you were going to say, Carl? I'm excited. now.
I'm excited
okay,
for it too.
it was actually something that I was thinking about, a suggestion for Colin's dioramas.
Oh yes.
Boondock Saints, the bit where one of the guys chucks a toilet down on top of the mobster's head.
Oh yeah.
And
Yep.
that would be a brilliant use of force perspective.
Forced perspective. Yeah. Yep. That would be wild. That's a wild build right there. You and your feckin' rope. It'd be fun. Zane says you can't win your own contest, Michael. in the shields.
Well, Zane is being a bit modest there because, quite frankly, if there was a winner, well, let's just see the rest of the work. But Zane's is pretty sick, so
I need to get to.
trust me.
I need to get to crafting mine. I'm looking forward to doing that. It's gonna be fun. Okay, so talk to us a little bit. You added a torch, yeah? You
Yep.
said you added a torch here, Karl. Let's look at this torch.
Okay, is it visible on
Yep.
screen?
Yep.
Okay, I will want to refine it later, but I made a timing mistake here. Basically, the polystyrene cement hasn't had the time to harden yet, so I can't really shape it as much as I want to.
Mm.
But basically, what that is a weapon swap on a hand that was holding a dagger.
Yep.
It just happened to be in the right position.
Oh, nice.
Then I took the spikes of the club and just built up a ball of putty on top of that.
That's brilliant.
Which is, it's quite easy to make. I mean, once you have a ball, you can just start to twist it up, flatten it a bit, and then you can go back and smooth it.
That's so cool.
One thing that I wanted to mention, because it's a question I actually get asked very frequently on every time I mention Milliput,
Yep.
is what happens when Milliput gets older.
Oh, what does happen?
Okay, so this is the color of fresh Milliput, okay,
Yep.
like I showed you earlier.
Yep.
And this is what the older stuff looks like.
Oh.
Okay, and this sooner or later this will happen. I mean, if you don't use it. So basically, the hardener will start to dry up. It will form this brown shell, and the epoxy part forms this crust. So if you look at it, it's actually quite hard. You will not be able to
Not
use
be able
it.
to work with it.
Yep. And if you do work with it, again, like I said before, it will end up in the most inconvenient part where it will definitely show. So, I've heard the different ways of dealing with this, apart from chucking it out and getting new stuff,
Right.
including putting it in a microwave, which I'm not really a fan of. Okay, but basically what you can always do is cut a part off,
Uh-huh.
okay, and then scrape the hard bits of the of
Okay.
the edge, and you're usually left with usable Milliput in the middle. Okay, there's no point in throwing it away. You've still got plenty
Yeah,
of
you've still
material
got
to work with.
a lot, because a lot goes a long way. I'm also like starting to work with like I've got this big old ball. Then even so, Michael. So here we are, 2 hours later on the stream, not even, and this is already starting to harden on me. Yeah.
I'm noticing mine's getting a lot harder.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. And this is the Milliput with the what do you call it? With the Play-Doh. I should have made some without Play-Doh, but after 2 hours, this is still quite usable.
You know, Zane probably is joking about this, but I think it's a legitimate question. Does hair dry? Does hot air? Does that expedite the drying process?
No. It's a chemical process. It's not related to heat.
Not activated by heat. I know he was probably making a joke about his channel and his content and using a hairdryer, but I still think it's a question I hadn't tried it, and you'd be the person to ask. So.
Actually, but it is an important question because if I remember correctly, both Greenstuff and Milliput will dry underwater, will cure underwater. So drying them doesn't actually do anything useful.
I see.
On the other hand, if you're not concerned about speed, you might want to go for oven hardening putties. Because literally just put it in the oven and leave it on for a few minutes and you're fine.
Earthman Brick is saying you can fix up like brand new. Just pop it on a baking sheet in the microwave for 10 seconds. From
I'm just not a big fan of that.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Putting strange chemicals in the oven.
That's true.
If I had a microwave dedicated purely for crafting stuff, I would probably do that.
Probably do it.
Not in general.
Earthman Brick, have you grown any additional appendages yet? We'll have to. Well, I guess we'll see when you come on the stream. But that's a good point to look up and research. Always like making sure, you know, if you are going to use something for crafting, making sure that it is a chemical that, you know, if you are mixing it together, just to be mindful and make sure that it's not gonna run the risk, right? Like I anything that resin touches becomes the resin thing at my workstation. You know what I mean? Like that is now a dedicated 3D printing tool, right? So it's not a bad idea to be mindful of all of these products to make sure you take care of. If you go on the Milliput Fish website, they'll recommend the microwave method. Oh, I've tested it. It works like a charm.
Fair enough.
Oh, cool. Good. So tried and true and recommended by Milliput himself. That's great. That's great to know, Earthman Brick.
That's good to know. It's very good to know. Thanks, Steve.
Everyone gets to learn and share. That's the whole frickin' point of it.
Okay, we have a question from Night Terrain, I think.
Yep.
Besides tools, have you found any cloth or anything that you commonly use to add texture to your sculpts?
Oh, yeah.
No, mainly because if you have cloth and you want to use it to give a cloth texture, the fibers would be gigantic compared to the miniature. And again, honestly, for example, cloth textures, I can see them being painted on, but at the scale, at the distance that the miniature represents, you're not going to get cloth which sticks out that much.
I see.
I mean, you can, I guess at the painting stage, I know that Elston's got a technique of painting like what looks like material texture. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what it was, but he was talking about it, about painting in material look, but I don't know exactly how that would be done. I imagine it would be with brush strokes one way and then brush strokes the other way, possibly.
Pretty much, yeah. One more thing, for example, I do use some things to, for example, to make metal look beaten up. I just put a short video about it earlier this week.
Yep.
But again, that's just a very tiny amount of plastic applied with a brush. It's and it's enough to make something like a piece of metal look like it's been hammered on.
Insta hand.
Can you see the belly plates over there?
Just hold it nice and still there.
Yeah, if you hold it still. Oh.
Aye.
Yep.
That's a cool model as well.
Dude.
Yeah. Basically, that's just a very tiny amount of sprue glue stippled on with a brush. So a tiny amount goes a long way on a small model.
Yeah, it does. I think that's again. I think that's why I like using the Greenstuff and why it's so such an important part of the craft is its versatility. It's not just to fill in gaps. It's not just to repair minis or other stuff. It's just such a great sculpting tool and a great medium to enhance your minis or make bits of scattered terrain. Right? If you don't have a 3D printer, sculpting it is a great viable option. So in fact,
that's
great.
It's something that I really need to try, because I didn't actually think of it before I saw Miss Casterin do that.
Yeah.
And I was like, hang on a second. Why didn't I think of that? I mean, it's like, it's obvious.
Right. I have those. I tend to have those moments all the time whenever I talk to you, Karl, where I'm like, how did I not have that thought before? Like, that's a brilliant thing.
Going back to that, I said any time in this group, like, I'm just like going, oh man, that's so obvious. What a great technique. Like, I mean, we're so lucky to basically be pinching everyone's techniques in this group, like, all the time. I mean, like, if it wasn't for this group, my crafting would be like way further back.
Same.
No, I think that's absolutely true, and I think I ramped it up quite a bit since I started hanging around with Tabletop Crafters Guild, and then especially on the Discord, on Colin's Discord.
Yep.
So think about it. I mean, like 30, 40 years ago, people were already doing this kind of thing, but they had to do it by letter.
Yeah. That's true. That's true.
So we are very, very, very lucky about that.
It's great. It's great. Going back, Colin, just to a previous conversation we were talking about the Discord challenge and stuff like that. Amy, if she enters that, it's basically game over. No one else has got hope.
No, you have not seen my submission, or now. Granted, I don't know what I'm doing yet, but I'm excited to figure something out, and I thought it'll be a fun challenge to do. I definitely think It also inspired me too. You're hosting one over on your Discord. It'd be cool to do another one the following month, either on yours or my. Like, I was just like, oh, that's another fun way to engage everyone, and also like I just love seeing what people come up with. It's just a fun thing to do. But you're right. Between Zane and Amy, probably smoked. But I'm going to try. I
mean, I know what I'm going to do for mine, and I already know it's not as good as Zane's one. So, but that's not a problem. I'm using a total.
How do you know that?
Because I know what it is in my head, and I've seen what he's.
Yeah. He's seen Zane's already. he's like, well, I'm throwing in the towel. Zane's is good. Zane's is dead.
You're hungover. Your immediate opinion does not count.
Totally different mediums, so it's a different set of techniques and stuff like that. Right. That's the point, is that I actually specifically emailed Zane to see if he would get involved, because I didn't want it to just be like everyone do a foam thing or a sculpted thing. I wanted to have like as many different possible techniques to show like, well, this is what I'm going to do. Like, so, yeah, well, obviously Zane's getting some 3D print action going on.
Yep.
It's pretty good.
Nice.
And Zane has said, what about Tina? Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean,
There's so many. There's so many that are. It's gonna be fun to see what everyone comes up with. That's for sure.
I'd be really surprised to see someone actually forging them. That would be like, whoa. But yeah, why not? Might happen.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be me, but yeah.
You're not gonna bust out the forge?
Nope.
Have you guys seen that? Have you guys seen Pocket Forge on Instagram?
No.
There is an artist out there on Instagram called Pocket Forge, where he makes tiny swords. Now they're not as tiny at the scale that Root is making, but they are extremely impressive and awesome. If you guys haven't checked out Pocket Forge on Instagram, go check out Pocket Forge. At Pocket Forge, I believe, is the handle. Just check it out. Well, this has been a fantastic stream, Karl. This has been another wonderful chance to hang out with another talented crafter in the hobby. Pick your brain, get to improve upon some of our new, a skill set that I've been wanting to build upon. Newfound skill sets for Danny and Michael, and as always, it's just a ton of information that we glean from having you come on and hang out. So we thank you tremendously for coming on and hanging out with us.
Thanks for having me over.
Yeah.
And if anyone has any questions and wants to drop me a message in the Discord or on my channel or whatever, just do that.
And
hope it was useful for everyone.
And speaking of his channel, please, if you have not done so, head on over to Karl Makes Stuff on YouTube. Subscribe. Do yourself a favor and subscribe to the content, because everything from tutorials that are it's chock full of so many wonderful tips for the hobby, and they range all over. And I think one of the things I love is, Karl, your channel is inspired too by everyone in the community, in the crafting community. Like, hey, I saw this on the Tabletop Crafters Guild, or something you saw in this live stream that inspired you, or something that you saw from somewhere else. Like, I love the fact that it takes you to what you found exciting and what you found interesting, and you have such an eloquent and articulate way of breaking it down. It's very wonderful content to follow along, and it's made me a better crafter. So thank you.
But yeah, if it's a good idea, it will be stolen and properly cited.
Amen. Right? As it should be.
Everyone's making each other better all the time.
That's right. Well, we're getting ready to wrap things up here today. Thank you all for joining us out there today. We had an absolute blast hanging out with you all, and we're really looking forward to having Karl on again in the future. We'll have to start thinking already of what we're going to do, what epic adventure we'll have next time you come on the stream, brother. It'll be us fighting virtually. We'll bust out our Zweihanders and we'll just start sparring.
That'll be fun.
It'll be perfect. But if you haven't done so already, please be sure to like and subscribe to the Crazy Crafter. In addition, if you are not subscribed to Nat One Videos, oh boy, you better get on over there, because everyone says the greatest thing since sliced bread. Sliced bread ain't got nothing on Nat One Videos. Head on over there and check out Nat One Videos as well. Be sure to subscribe. Michael has a Patreon account as well if you want to find additional ways to support him there. The biggest way you can support me right now at the Crazy Crafter, tell your friends, invite them, share this content, like this video, comment on it after it's posted. Be sure to subscribe and turn on the bell notification for when we go live, to not miss out on any of the live streams where we get to feature you guys out from the tabletop crafting community. And this week I get to continue my dwarven marketplace. So I'm gonna continue building. I've got a lot of prep between now and Wednesday to work on, but I'm gonna get on it, and we'll create some fun dwarven marketplace this week, and wrap up my visit in Xanis. It'll be fun. Tune in next week. Next Sunday we'll be here with Amy Root mouse to your forge, making some teeny tiny swords. Get that 28 gauge wire ready to rock and roll, everyone. And as always, go ahead, Michael.
I just said I need to get some. I need to get some stuff to do that.
Same. I don't have it yet, but we're looking forward to having Miss Amy Root on, and we'll make some teeny tiny stuff. But until then, Michael, thank you so much as always for joining me, brother. Danny, thank you. He's off on daddy duty. It's always a joy hanging out with Danny. And last but not least, Karl from KARL Makes Stuff. Thank you so much, brother, for coming on the stream. All right. Till then, everyone, be sure to craft your passion daily, and we will see you all this coming week. Cheers, everyone.